In a world that moves too fast, this is your invitation to pause, to explore the space between thought and wonder, where science meets story and emotion meets insight. Here, curiosity is more than a question. It's a way of being. You found your corner of calm and contemplation. This is nerdy psychology. Stay curious, be kind, and keep your mind nerdy.
Have you ever noticed how often people say, I'm just stressed out, or I don't know, or I just feel off? But when you slow it down, it's usually not just stress. It might be grief, or overwhelm, or disappointment, or fear wearing a productivity costume. And here's the problem. If you can't name what you're feeling, it's incredibly hard to understand it, regulate it, or even explain it to someone else. Hi nerds, if we haven't met yet, I'm Dr. Angel, a mental health professional and the creator of Nerdy Psychology, where we talk about mental health in ways that are real and practical and grounded in actual psychology, not pressure or perfection. And today we're starting our February Food for Thought Fridays using one of my favorite books, Atlas of the Heart by Brené Brown. This book is essentially a map of human emotions. Brené Brown says it gives us the language to describe how we feel, a framework for meaningful connection, and the courage to show up. And that language piece is where everything begins. One of the central ideas in Atlas of the Heart is this: language shapes behavior, and behavior shapes experience. And when we don't have emotional language, everything blurs together, and blurred emotions are harder for the nervous system to even process. Think about how often someone says, I'm stressed. That one word could actually mean overwhelmed, or drowning in responsibility, anxious and waiting for something bad to happen, burned out and emotionally numb, or sad, but unsure how to say that out loud. Each one of these emotions needs something completely different. But when everything is labeled as stress, that body just stays stuck in survival mode. This is one of my favorite tools, and I use it often in therapy, the feelings wheel. Here's why it's helpful. The center of the wheel usually starts with those big, broad emotions like sad, mad, scared, joyful. And most of us just stop right there. But as you move outward, that language gets more and more specific. Sad can become disappointed, grieving, or lonely. And mad can become frustrated, resentful, or hurt. Scared can become anxious, insecure, or overwhelmed. And this tool helps your brain slow down and say, oh, this is what I'm actually feeling. That moment of clarity is regulating all by itself. In psychology, this is called emotional granularity, the ability to accurately identify emotions. Research shows that people with higher emotional granularity regulate emotions more effectively. They experience less emotional overwhelm. They communicate better in their relationships. And Brené Brown puts it this way: if we want to find the way back to ourselves and one another, we need language and the grounded confidence to tell our stories. I often hear people say, I don't know what I feel, I just know I shouldn't feel this way. And that's not personal failure. Most people were never taught how to identify emotions, only how to manage their behaviors. So tools like the feelings wheel helps bridge that gap. This is actually one of the core concepts I work with in my workbook, helping people put language to emotions so feelings can feel less overwhelming and more workable. It's not in a fix yourself kind of way, but in a self-understanding way. If you've ever struggled to explain how you feel, that's exactly what this tool supports. So here's your food for thought this week. Instead of asking, how do I stop feeling this? Try asking, what am I actually feeling? Accuracy comes before relief. I've also created a free emotion check-in guide that uses tools like the feelings wheel to help you identify emotions and understand what they're signaling to you. Help you to choose a supportive next step. I'll link that below in the description. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe to the channel for more Food for Thought Fridays. And leave a comment answering this question. What emotion do you think you tend to oversimplify? Next Friday, we'll talk about the emotions that disconnect us, especially shame and guilt, and why they're so powerful when they go unnamed. Until then, be curious, stay kind, and keep your mind nerdy. That's a wrap. See you next week.
You found your corner of calm and contemplation. This is nerdy psychology. Stay curious, be kind, and keep your mind nerdy. Nerdy.